an observant Orthodox Jew who sang reggae songs about his faith. He says his music is a reflection of his spirituality. And he got involved with the Hasidic Chabad Lubavitch movement. His top 40 hit, King Without a Crown, incorporates Chabad's belief that the coming of the Messiah, Moshiach, is near. The song's chorus is explicit. I want Moshiach now.
Want to tell the Rebbe the words of the new song that we're singing with Moshiach, right? So I'm just going to read him. Am Yisrael, have no fear. Moshiach will be here this year. We want Moshiach now. We don't want to wait. Okay?
Jared is a great young man, went to Harvard, very smart, went to Harvard, very smart.
You want Moshiach now.
בית המקדש ייבנה בשנים הקרובות. מה יש שם עכשיו על בית המקדש? אז מה יקרה עם המסגד? יישבר? כשגם חושבים על ירושלים בעוד 10 שנים. כולם חרדים? לא כולם חרדים, ערבים חלק. יש גם יהודים, יש גם ערבים. תהיה משיח, הבנתי, כן, מה אתה אומר? שמחווה כל
מה שישראל לאחרונה נמצא מתייחסו כמה עניינים. מה שרואה עוד, וגם מצב שעדיין משיח ליבו. אז הייתה משהו ומה ידיעתו.
עושים.
הכנראה שהיא מספיק, שהיום כבר שוד, כמה שוד בגיר ועדיין ליבו. אבל יש עוד כמה שעות, אבל יש להשתדל גם היום.
Can I reveal, Jared, how long we've known you? Well, he was never small. He was always big. He was always tall. But
The relationship between Israel and America is stronger than ever, and we really thank Prime Minister Netanyahu for his leadership and his partnership.
Thank you.
We will move the American embassy to the eternal capital of the Jewish people, Jerusalem.
Donald Trump recognized history. He, like King Cyrus before him, fulfilled the biblical prophecy of the gods worshipped by Jews, Christians, and yes, Muslims, that Jerusalem is the eternal capital of the Jewish state.
I think President Trump has made history. This will be remembered the way we remember the Cyrus Declaration from 2,500 years ago when he told the exiles of Babylon, you can go back and rebuild the temple in Jerusalem. This is a historic moment, and we will always remember it. In Jerusalem, King David established our capital 3,000 years ago. In Jerusalem, King Solomon built our temple, which stood for many centuries. In Jerusalem, Jewish exiles from Babylon rebuilt the temple, rebuilt the temple, rebuilt the temple, which stood for many more centuries. In Jerusalem, the Maccabees rededicated that temple, and restored Jewish sovereignty in this land. And it was here in Jerusalem, some 2,000 years later, that the soldiers of Israel spoke three immortal words: Har Habayit Be'adenu. The Temple Mount is in our hands. The Temple Mount is in our hands, is in our hands. Words that lifted the spirit of the entire nation. We are in Jerusalem and we are here to stay.
President Trump is starting a prophetic process by moving the American embassy to Jerusalem. Just like King Cyrus 2,500 years ago said, he charged me to build a house in Jerusalem. Here again, President Trump is building a house in Jerusalem.
Do you really consider the embassy move as just one step in the direction of building the temple?
It's a huge step. It's not just a step, it's a huge step.
From these donations are going to be used for the rebuilding and education of the third temple. The temple belongs to everybody, to the Jewish nation, but also to the whole world. 3 languages, in Hebrew, in English, and in Arabic. So we're starting with the people of Israel, we're starting maybe with the Trump base, but I'm sure that maybe through Trump, everybody will understand not how Donald Trump is important, but how important Jerusalem and the temple is for the whole world. This president, he understood when nobody else understood. He understood we're not talking politics. We're not talking politics. We're talking Torah. We're talking prophets. That's what it's all about. And once we understand it, and I think he understood it, maybe he can't say it, but he knows. And he's pushing us.
Everybody will support building the third temple. Everybody. Then everybody will prosper, because this is what the temple is for the whole world.
The Messiah will be the judge. The Mashiach will be the judge, and not for what he sees and not for what he hears, but what he smells.
You believe the Moshiach ben David is coming to
Moshiach
this
ben
temple?
David is very soon, and he is a Jew, and he is not Jesus. And if the Christians want to hold it, they can hold it. But we will never change our mind. We prefer to go back to Auschwitz and not to change our religion. This is the main thing. We are loyal.
What would happen to Christians who refuse this Messiah and hold on to Jesus?
Then we will see. We will see. I don't know. I'm not the Messiah.
There have been at least a dozen Jewish rabbis that have said the Messiah is on earth now. He's been identified. He is soon going to make himself known. In the Jewish mindset, for the Messiah to arrive, you can't think of him like we think of Messiah. We think of Messiah after the model of Jesus. He's the Son of God, divine birth, all of that. That's not the way the Jews look at the Messiah. They're looking for a king. They're looking for a political leader. As a matter of fact, Messiah to them means the anointed one, and it goes back to the ancient days when they would anoint a king and recognize him as this is the man that God sent. I'm not saying that they think he is the Messiah. What I actually think is that most of the rabbis there think he's John the Baptist, and the Messiah is about to appear. He's the forerunner. He's the guy that's going to start the message in the wilderness, and the Messiah is going to come in on his heels.
Elect Trump's secret weapon. Forbes magazine trumpeting on their cover the man they credit with Donald Trump's victory, President-elect's own son-in-law, Jared Kushner. Trump's victory. Everybody admits that Trump is a marketing genius, but so is Jared Kushner. He did a lot of stuff that really helped marketing Trump, changing his brand, if you will, from a TV star businessman to a president. By the way, Thiel was a supporter of Trump. Eric Schmidt, the former Google CEO, was not a supporter of Trump, but he recognized Jared Kushner's genius. He said, Jared Kushner is the biggest surprise of the 2016 election. Best I can tell, he actually ran the campaign and did it with essentially no resources.
Yeah, that was really, that was the most shocking thing of the story. That Eric Schmidt
big backer of Hillary, and also helped her build her tech machine. If he's saying this is a big deal, watch this Kushner guy, I knew I had a story.
Despite having no experience in politics or government, Jared Kushner is said to be one of Donald Trump's most trusted advisors. Some analysts call him the Trump whisperer.
Especially when it comes to the Kushners, because the way you lay it out in the book, you make it sound like Jared Kushner has the power in the White House. I mean,
well, he is the most powerful person in the White House next to the president.
Jared is such a hidden genius that no one understands. I mean, to redo the NAFTA deal the way he did, what I've done working with him on the Middle East peace plan, it is so unbelievably well done. And they do a lot of things behind the scenes that I wish more people knew about, because we're a better country because they're in this administration.
Jared Kushner is playing a key role in shaping Trump administration foreign policy.
Critics say Kushner, an Orthodox Jew, is pushing Trump toward a more hardline stance on Israel.
When it comes to Israel in the Middle East, the stakes are especially high, and for Kushner, it's also personal.
As President Trump's senior advisor, Jared Kushner is tasked with, among other things, trying to bring peace to the Middle East.
One of the crucial assignments Donald Trump already has in mind for his son-in-law, bringing peace to the Middle East. He'll make a deal with Israel that no one else can. You know, he's a natural, Trump told the Times of London.
President Trump declared that his son-in-law Jared Kushner could broker the toughest deal in the world, lasting peace between Israelis and Palestinians.
The president believes forging a historic peace agreement is possible and believes his son-in-law is especially fit to achieve it.
He is so great. If you can't produce peace in the Middle East, nobody can.
Any maybe leader that would be raised up, or somebody that would be able to bring the nations together, especially those who might align with Israel, that there might be some agreement that the temple could exist there and this person could be set up in the temple. What we know is that's probably going to be a false Messiah, because as we read in the book of Daniel, that there's a false Messiah that's going to make a peace agreement. And so that's the potential, is that something would be built for the false Messiah to set himself up.
They too believe that we are in the end times. They too believe that the Messiah is about to appear. We would say the second coming is about to happen, but their Messiah is going to be a false Messiah. He's going to be the Antichrist, right?
What do you think about Kushner being the Moshiach? Kushner? Have you heard of that?
Jared Kushner?
Jared Kushner, yeah.
It's a good one.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
It's a good one.
Jared Kushner can speak. He actually talks. He says Trump's kept his promises. I want to play some of these historic clips, though, of Jared Kushner. He speaks. He actually spoke from there at the dedication of the embassy that opens today. In fact, I hardly ever do this. I'm going to play Kushner twice. Wow, why hasn't Kushner been speaking? He looks pretty authoritative, looks strong, got a nice gleam in the eye. Sounds nervous, but hey, man, get over it, bro. You come off strong. I don't want to run Jared down. He looks like a smart guy, good-looking guy. Clearly, they're grooming him to be president. Great.
I would agree with you that the people in Iran and many other Muslim countries are much too comfortable with the idea of the world coming to an end. But so are some of Israel's greatest supporters. Does it not make you a bit uncomfortable that the Christian right here in America, which backs Israel fervently, really does so because they think Jesus is going to return? Many of them believe he will do so in their lifetime. And when Jesus returns, he must return to whence he came. And what he's going to do when he gets there, basically, is convert all the Jews or kill them.
Well, you know, let's argue about that point when it happens, right? But